I'm Mike Sweeney. I'm currently the Deputy Commander of MARSOC, although I call myself the Morale Officer, not the Deputy Commander. I want to apologize to the generals and the animals here. I stepped off the stage because I think there was a fist fight going on back there, and I didn't want to distract them, so I apologize for that. If General Clark were here and he sends his apologies, had to go to another event, he would tell you that MARSOC is looking at about 66 specific technology initiatives, science and technology initiatives. We've binned those into the 6 warfighting functions in 2 areas of interest that, if you stop by our table, we've come up with a little flyer, and they relate specifically to the maritime and littoral domain. Laney and Josie and Colonel Ken Casper would be happy to cover these with you in detail. I would like to shift the conversation just slightly if I could, because I think there's some things we need to do differently. Okay, I would tell you that I've used much of the technology pretty recently deployed to Afghanistan. And my opinion is that we do not treat technology as a weapon system. We don't treat the networks like we treat an F-16 or 240 Gulf. We treat it differently. And I think until we put our heads around that as a service, as a component, SOCOM, we're going to continue to struggle with how we integrate technology into the battlefield. I will tell you that I think we're too heavy on technology. When I see our teams and our Marines out there, and they have to have 5 or 6 sets of equipment to access 5 or 6 networks, that's problematic, because now we're increasing the burden on the force from a load perspective. I would like to see us move to one network that can do multi-tier security, that's tagged by the end user, that can get after some of the coalition and interagency issues that were brought up here earlier. So that's one area. The other area I think we struggle with is, as I sat in my COC in Afghanistan and I had Jordanians, Bahrainis, and UK RAF squad working for me, it was very difficult. So the dilemma I had was, who is the individual that is trained and qualified to present the commanders with the right information at the right time? The way I try to describe this is like a Monday Night Football game. I, as the consumer of Monday Night Football, see one picture. That's the picture I want to see. But behind the scenes in the van, there's probably 40 screens up. And somebody is making a decision on what I'm going to see as a consumer. That type of talent is extremely difficult to build in the military with our culture. That is not a second lieutenant or a first lieutenant or a staff sergeant. This is somebody who's well educated, understands the warfighting functions, can quickly assimilate information, turn it into knowledge, and present it to the commander. Very, very challenging to do. Our culture does not promote building people like that. We do not promote, I cannot speak for the other services, but from a Marine Corps perspective, if you're an innovator, if you're a visionary, if you're a science and technology guy, probably not going to do well in the promotion course. If you're down that vein. And we have to change that. We have to change that culture, that mindset, to take advantage of the technology that you all are bringing to bear. There are very specific things that MARSOC would like to see. Target munitions guidance systems, very small, lightweight, down to the team level. Additional Blue Force tracking capability. Things like that. I will let the experts talk to you about that, but I think what we owe you and we owe ourselves is a culture mindset shift about how we go after capitalizing on the technology you provide and using that to our advantage to bring power to bear where it counts the most. So since they've allocated speaking time based on rank, I will stop.
We'll open up the floor to your questions now. You'll seldom have this